Hello, hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Good. And you?
I'm just lovely. I'm lovely. I'm lovely.
I'm watching it snow. And
Yeah,
it was,
it stopped here. Fine.
well, it's really cold out.
Yeah.
I sat in my own living room yesterday with a hat on and a scarf on. Like the heat was on and like nothing could keep up. I had the
Oh,
wood stove going. I had the propane heat on and
really?
it was that cold.
Wow. Crazy.
But my floors are cold though because of the pellet
Mm,
stove, so they don't
mhm.
really heat the floors. So
Yeah.
even if the atmosphere is warm and you get up and walk around, your feet get cold, and you get cold. I'm
Yeah.
just not built for this, Christina. I
Time to
mean,
move south. We need to
I'll
move south.
have to take everybody with me, and I can't do that.
Why not? I can bring a sleeping bag. Or you weren't talking about me.
No, I wasn't talking about you. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Damn it.
I'll rent you a space.
What is it? I'll pay you. How does that go with the dollar for the hamburger for the dollar? I don't remember how that goes.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
And Popeye, the hamburger
Pop,
dude.
Popeye the Sailor Man?
Yeah, isn't it Popeye? And then there's the guy that wants a hamburger.
I no, you've lost me.
Okay, never mind then. We'll,
We'll
we'll
have to do some more digging.
wrong one, wrong one.
Popeye
Yeah,
and
what's the
olive
burger?
oil.
Yeah, and what's
Is
the
that who
burger?
you're talking about?
Yeah, wasn't there a hamburger guy or something like that?
The Hamburglar was in the
No, that's somebody
no.
else.
There was a guy, the big Olaf looking
Hold
stop.
on. I'm gonna Google this. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Popeye hamburger dude, hamburger guy.
It's gonna come up the burglar.
Oh, right here he is. J. Wellington Wimpy.
You must be older than me.
Um,
It's just like Captain Vegetable.
yeah, I'm gonna add you to
Vegetable,
this.
now it's a hamburger.
It's a hamburger. I'm gonna add. Hold on. Good afternoon, MJ.
Good afternoon. How are you?
What in the Sam hell do you have as a as your your little avatar?
Now she's figured it out. Every time it's gonna be a different picture.
It is. How did you know that?
Oh,
I
Lord.
love it.
Because I learned something new finally after 3 years.
That looks like Woody Woodpecker on crack.
It's not Woody Woodpecker.
What?
Oh, here it is. Hold on, I gotta find it.
Wait, ask MJ if she knows of it.
The hamburger guy on
Popeye.
Popeye.
The hamburger guy? No.
I will gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. Hold
I've
on.
never heard that.
Really?
I don't think I watched much on TV. I was
I mean,
outside playing.
Popeye and spinach, right? There was Popeye olive oil, the spinach, and there was the Brutus looking guy, right?
Correct.
Was I mean, I don't recall any hamburgers.
Um,
It's all about spinach.
hold on.
Yeah, they had a character for hamburger?
I thought she was thinking of the Hamburglar from McDonald's.
Hold on, share. Let me see if this will work. See this guy here? Right here?
Yeah. Isn't he the Monopoly guy?
Yeah, but he's on Popeye too. That's J. Wellington Wimpy. Wimpy from Popeye.
Wimpy.
Wimpy, wimpy,
I can't believe
wimpy.
you guys don't remember him.
Hefty.
No.
Clean, Mr. Clean.
It's behind the shine.
Lordy, lordy.
Who even are you?
Are we live?
Not yet.
Come
Or, I
on,
mean,
we're
yes, we
doing
are.
good. Yes, we are.
Yes, we are live.
Smoke them if you got
Oh,
'em.
apparently I shared it. They're already up there. Hold on a minute. Let me move us.
Burning it down.
Well, since
Hello.
I don't know, since some people have questions yet for the ex AWP members or AWP, however you want to say it, I thought we'd just go over Cece's video where she had sent them questions.
Viewer question.
Yeah, viewer questions, and they answered them. And I was watching it today, and it's really informative, actually. I think it's answered a few of the questions that I've had for AWP. You know, not so much, it's not so much for what happened to Kiely or anything like that. It's what AWP did and how they portrayed finding her. So anybody coming in, welcome. Please hit the like or unlike, whichever you want. Feel free, feel free to ask any questions, comments, but please, all I ask is that everybody be kind.
No
And
name calling.
no name calling, no victim blaming, no blaming nobody.
And agree to disagree respectfully.
Right. If there's any blaming, I will immediately ban you.
Which is exactly what Cici used to preach. We can all agree to disagree.
Correct.
We're all grown-ups.
Well, some of us.
Except for those that aren't.
Depends on the day.
Right.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm just going to hit play on this. Let me know if you want me to pause it.
Is this the beginning of it?
It's the very beginning of it,
Okay,
yeah.
great. Thank you.
Yep. No, I'm starting at the end. We're going to go backwards.
No, you know what I mean.
We're going to listen to it backwards and look for secret codes.
Yeah. Do you feel like to fight?
Do you remember that when we were younger and they would play albums backwards?
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Because it says something ominous.
Alrighty, I shall be quiet.
And then I also want to thank Cici, like I said, thanks Cici for doing those. Thank you for letting me share your video. Okay. Art, are you multitasking?
Yes, I'll mute.
Okay, thank you. Hey, crazy. How are you? Welcome in. Hey. That's welcome back, Cotter, isn't it? Hey. That could be wrong on that one too. Okay, let me know if you can hear it.
Hello, Cici. Thanks again for hitting me up about these questions that a lot of people have out there. I appreciate it, and I have no problems. In fact, I'd rather get more of these answers out there to people that are interested to maybe find the real answers that we're all looking for. I'd like to introduce to those of you that don't know, this is Devon Carroll. Devon was also a team member with me on our former search team that we were on. He was the lead cameraman / producer on that trip, and he was actually in the boat with me when I found Kiely. So I've got him with me today, helping out, and he can also help answer some of these questions because he was there the entire time, and he may know the answers to some of these better than I do because we were slightly in different spots at different times. So thanks for helping me out with this, Devon. Appreciate it.
Thanks for letting me help. And we want to be clear, first and foremost, we are going to answer the questions to the best of our abilities and truthfully to the facts that we know. So, we're not going to speculate on what other people did, on, what the intent was for X, Y, and Z. We're just going to answer them as we can. Think that's good?
Yeah, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get into it.
First question, how many dives did they really do at Prosser Lake?
One. I did one dive. Once we found what we believed to be the car, when we relocated back over by that little peninsula, I put on my dive gear. I got in the water, and I was only in the water. I've got my dive log here, but it was about 4 minutes total underwater. I would say I was only even in the lake, maybe 10 minutes at most.
I mean, from the time that he touched the water to the time he came out, it was about 10 minutes. Roughly 10 minutes. So next question is, at what time of day did the dive happen? And I believe it was around noon, but that's,
Actually, it looks like
2:24.
Of course, I don't know. I use this computer. This is the actual dive computer that I was using for all those dives. I still use it. But I don't know if I had reset the time for daylight savings or not. But it was somewhere between noon and
Yeah.
I'm going to say 1:30, somewhere in that time frame. Midday.
Yeah, and to kind of add to that, and I know that there's a question later on that asks, but I was flying my drone around midday to be able to see the vehicle down in the water. So that's why I say around noon, but it was midday. Midday is probably the most accurate we can say to that. On what days did they dive at Prosser? I don't know the exact date. You probably have it there, but it was just
August 21st. And I don't know exactly what day of the week that was. I'd have to look at my calendar. I don't know if that was a Saturday or a Sunday.
Right, but we parked there the night before, and the day before we had cleared a few other lakes, as you saw in the video. Next question: why did we load all the boats back into the trailer and take it to Kiely Point? I'm assuming Kiely Point is where we found. Right. Okay. Why didn't they just leave one of the members on the water while the others went back to get the RV? I kind of have an answer to this. We were trying to be as subtle as we could. And by leaving somebody on the water and circling around, it could have drawn attention, more attention. We had some other people of media traveling with us, and they were trying to get the scoop, get the story. And we just wanted to make sure that we weren't alerting them. And so we were just moving the RV in the trailer to get a better angle and put in at a different part of the lake so we didn't have to travel as far, according to everyone else. The real reason is we were just trying not to stir up commotion.
Right, because again, once you find what you believe is a vehicle underwater, you don't want to raise any red flags until you can confirm that. So
I think that was a question from the other day too, wasn't it, Sophie?
Which question?
The one about
When
why they
got
were
there?
so quiet. Yeah, why they were so quiet and stuff.
Oh yeah, turning off their phones. Yep.
Yeah. Y'all make me want to pull my Kiely notebook back out. I know, it's just, it seems like every time we talk, we always, there's always questions for AWP. So thought maybe we would just review Cece's video first today and then go over the Adventures with Purpose video that they put out.
Hi, crazy mama. I just read her comment. I'm multitasking, but y'all in my ear. So
Y'all.
So I want to say hello, sweet crazy mama.
And
How you do?
How you
doing?
Hi, TF. Hi, Roger.
Hi, TF.
Okay, so they're at this point they're saying that they found her on Sunday. They said that the day before they searched the other lakes.
Correct.
We have to find when they actually arrived in town, because I want to believe they arrived in town on Thursday. They were supposed to arrive on Friday, but they hauled ass to get there.
They were in Wisconsin, I think.
They were somewhere in that area, yes.
Yeah, I believe it was Wisconsin.
So whatever that travel time was, and if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it was this time when their trailer or whatever broke down, and then they were asking for donations to get it fixed.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I recall what you're talking about, but I don't know.
Right, it's not even in this video. Yeah. Stay on.
Okay, here we go.
At that point in time, we had a suspicion, but we were still not able to confirm it. So that's when we loaded up, moved our whole setup over closer. Basically, logistical purposes, it was easier to maneuver, put dive gear on, and get to the spot from the trailer than it was clear from the bow ramp.
And those boats are terribly heavy. I mean, with two people, it's easy enough for us to maneuver them. I mean, we do it day in and out for a month straight. So it was nothing for us to throw it in and go around, because we wanted to stay as a unit as much as we could.
TF? Picking on the way I say Wisconsin?
Before going to the RV, we weren't sure if it was a car or a boat. However, once back in the water at Kiely Point and before Nick even did his alleged first drive, how did we know it was a car, that it was Kiely's car, that they found Kiely's car, that it was a crime scene, and that a car had a license plate on it? So you can answer this one.
Yeah. So that one's kind of all over the place.
It's long. So essentially the question is, how did we know it was a car or not? We didn't, but there were two telltale signs. One, a magnet stuck to it. Most of the boats that are going to be in that lake are either fiberglass or aluminum. They're not, or stainless steel.
Right. And we also noticed the shape on the sonar did resemble that of a car. So
we were initially unsure. And I remember when you and I scanned it at first, we were just kind of skeptical that it would be anything,
right?
Because we knew that the lake was scanned prior, and so we were just doing this as a cursory research. And so when we saw it, we were just like, could it be a boat? Could it be a car? Right. And then we got a second set of eyes on it and verified as well, just to make sure, because it was kind of a high profile deal,
right? And so we didn't actually confirm it was her car until we actually dove on it,
and that's the whole reason for the dive.
Right.
It doesn't take much for us to get into the water to dive on a vehicle or even a boat, but just to verify. We didn't know if it were a crime scene. We didn't, that's again, all the whole reason, the whole answer to your question is we dive on it to verify. We dive on it to find out,
right,
all of those answers, all those questions.
Hold on a second. I do have a clip that I want to play for y'all. Let me find it here.
Dang nabbit.
Dang nabbit. It was from Duty Ron when he had Doug on his channel. And it's actually
we've watched so many videos that
yeah. But here I know, but it's really interesting to watch or listen to what he says. Well, no, there's no difference. It's actually how oh, come on. Oh, stop. Why are you up there? Go away. Stop. I don't know what it's doing. Hold on a minute.
Where did I go?
You're still there.
Don't sound disappointed.
No, oh, I'm sorry. I only have 3 of us. Hold on. I'm sorry. I clicked on 2 of us. There you are. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Apology accepted.
I didn't have time to put this all in order,
That's okay.
Okay. I am going to remove this. Stop. Share. Render. The screen, maybe? That. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to play this. Let me know if you can hear it.
Could be a car.
I can hear it.
More in the shape of a boat. And I'm seeing similarities that show buildup, which we shouldn't have buildup on this car. It's only been 2 weeks. It looked like an upside down sunken boat. Possibly. Could be a boat. It's something though. I believe it's a car. And I have to be quiet because I don't want to alarm the entire campground right now. This is an ongoing investigation. Man, getting some fun.
So that kind of goes hand in hand in what they were just talking about as well.
Correct.
Okay. I don't want to play too much of Duty Rounds because I don't want him to strike my channel, even though I'm not monetized.
Right. Well, this is all also in the AWP video that we're going to review.
It is. However,
Yeah.
he does answer some questions here. It's kind of interesting because I have looked at this video so many times and it's like, I don't see a car until I do, which is strange. Have you guys actually seen the car?
I see the wheel.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
Seeing right there, that's a Garmin live scope technology. Typically, this is hard mounted to a boat, but because we understand how to manipulate it, I have it on a sort of a swivel stick so that I can take it and shine it like a flashlight per se. See my hand there on it? I'm moving it to get different angles. So if you see the bottom there, if you look at the charts right around.
Did you hear what he said? How with that Garmin, normally it's hard mounted to a boat, but he's got it on a swivel.
Mm-hmm.
So he can move it around. Normally, if you have like a depth finder like that on a boat, it's just there. You know, you drive and it's there. He has it hooked so he can actually move it kind of like a camera. And he's learned that through all the years of doing recoveries, which is really interesting. Oh, thanks, Crazy. Hey.
Crazy. There's 4 chicks on my picture, actually, so.
Yeah, there are 4 on there.
On 11 feet, and then you have the object in the middle of your screen there. That's the car. Yeah, right there. That's the car you're looking at. And if you look on the top of the car, what I'm watching for when I move this like a flashlight is to get just different highlights of that object. And you can see a round wheel on the top as I do it. You can see it there.
Yeah.
Also right here.
Yeah, that's a wheel right there. Yes.
Yes.
Right there where you're
The wheel is up.
But when you go through it, it's a lot more prominent as you're moving as well.
Right, right. You can see the rear wheel.
Right there, right there.
Right. You see the raised above the body of the.
Yeah, for the life of me, I couldn't see it until I saw this video. That right there is the wheel. So I thought that was interesting to share that too.
Yep, I see it. I was muted, so I was just repeating what I said.
Oop. I don't know why this is being. Why are you being persnickety? Stop being persnickety. There we go. Okay. Now we're back.
The video shows both boats were still in the water when they put the buoy in the water before going back to get the RV and trailer to dive to Kiely Point. However, once they get to Kiely Point, there is no buoy in the water and only one boat is put back out on the water. So what other footage scenes in their video are faked or staged at Prosser?
Crazy. No, this one was just Doug. I didn't see Nick in that one. There's so many videos out there.
See why that is funny, what he says. Funny, like as in, how dare you ask? Or
no, it's funny because.
How dare you insinuate? To me, is what it sounded like.
Right. It's, yeah.
How dare you insinuate that we did
we staged something.
Yeah, we staged things.
And it is, Nick does say later on in this video that he and Devon, they were not in charge of the production. They were not, or not production. They were not in charge of the video editing or anything like that. So according to them, Nick and Devon, they didn't have a say in it.
So, I mean, omitted footage. We didn't show the footage of us taking the buoy off. The whole point of us taking the buoy off was to not draw attention to the thing. Again, lots of eyes were on us. Lots of eyes were on the lake. So we were just trying to be subtle. Again, the buoy was just not to draw attention, and we knew we could find it again once we got around to the other point.
Right. And to further go on this one, so what other footage was deleted or whatever?
Or fake stage scenes.
Right, because the fake stage scenes, there was no such thing. But you got to realize we film everything. So if we were to try to make a video out of 20 hours of footage, how far do you think it would watch at? You basically put in the important parts. Some of this wasn't taken out for no other reason than to make the story
to fit within a time frame.
Right.
And to add to that, we had minimum 2 cameras, if not 4, two on gimbals, one in the air as a drone, a GoPro. So it's really easy to get tons of footage. And there's no way that people would sit through all of that when it comes to a production. However, there was a scene that I would say was staged where a member was walking out of the trailer, and it was a one shot that one of the other cameramen wanted to get, and it was just to add flavor to the video. But that was before we knew anything. That was before anything took off.
Yeah.
Took off where?
I don't know. I'm not sure where they, I mean, I think he said that's before they,
So he's saying that they pulled the buoy. When did they pull the buoy? After they did the dive?
Yes.
Yeah.
So then how could that be? Because then law enforcement comes in. Because in the video of AWP, it tells the grandfather and the father to see the buoy. And
Correct. And it goes back to what he just said. There were hours and hours and hours. The way that whoever
They
did
put it together.
they put it together, put that in that area. Grandpa and Dad did see the buoy. Grandpa and Dad, and they'll explain it later on in this video. Grandpa and Dad were told, hey, we found Kiely. You probably don't want to hang around here.
And Grandpa said, I'm staying.
Correct. So
And Dad said, I can't.
Yeah.
right. So once it goes back to, if you just watch their video and don't think of anything else, that's what you're going to believe, that, hey, the buoy was there. Here, there it is. Why is it out now? Well, you got your production, you got your snippets and what doesn't make it to the video and what does.
So I feel like they're saying what you're seeing is the chronological version cut down. Am I muted?
It is. No, you're not muted. Right. However, yes, exactly. You're right. Yes.
I know I'm right. No, just kidding. I like being right.
And I think too, I mean, and this is just my opinion, I think that's where a lot of people got so caught up. It's like, but this was there and that was that and blah, blah, blah. But you've got to think outside the box. When you watch a movie on TV, you're not watching every single shot that they made. How many times do they have to do retakes? Not that they did retakes on this, but I'm saying, there are some things that just don't make it to the movie. Things that aren't that important.
Right. That can't tell you a story in a certain amount of time.
Correct. Right. And he says, at least 2 cameras going at one time. You're not going to see everything.
So Joshua's in the boat with Doug? If Devon was in the boat with Nick, then Josh had to be in the boat with Doug.
Yeah.
Because he's the other camera guy.
Yeah. Crazy. I agree with you. However, I'm not but I'm not blaming. I'm not going to put the blame. I'll put the blame where it goes. And that's at the higher ups, not these guys.
Yeah. I'm just reviewing that the things that they said that made us all go all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. SF was with the grandparent and the dad.
So if you think about that too, the buoy was out there when they.
I'm just like, how can they criticize them for not telling them then?
Correct.
They were there,
So they were told.
That's probably why they were hanging in the back there. But I firmly believe that this family trusted
that it was already searched.
That reservoir had been searched.
And they did. They did. Absolutely, they did. And they go a little bit into that as well.
Oh, it's probably me. I'm sorry, TF. I'm a noise nuisance.
Are you
Yeah.
washing dishes?
She's
Oh no, you're
multitasking.
probably doing your other thing.
Yeah, it's
Trying
always.
to do.
Are you glittering your balls?
Goodbye. Oh my God. That's a personal question.
Okay, I'm gonna hit play here.
What does Nick regret more, taking part in staging the fake footage or getting caught staging the fake footage after the video was released?
Sorry, it's hard not to laugh at some of these questions. So, first of all, there was no fake footage, and because there was no fake footage, nobody's been caught for faking footage. So I don't know where that came from. I don't know how to answer that because that's.
I mean, it's ultimately, if you're skeptical, you're going to remain skeptical. We're not here to lie to you about anything. We have nothing to gain or lose from this.
Right. In fact, if I had something to gain for this, I would have done it on my own channel. I'm doing this to try to help because I know CC is well more connected to this case than I am. I'd like to know what happened too, just like everybody else. So I'm doing everything I can to try to bring any questions that I may be able to answer to help with that. That's all.
Shout out
next
to
question.
Cece.
Absolutely, Cece was wonderful for doing this.
Doing everything she did.
Well, here's the other thing too: is they reviewed all these questions beforehand, and they did not take that question out. They left it in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
I'd like to know who asked it, actually.
Right? A little furry friend. Okay. Mute yourself, girlfriend.
Who was contacted first after finding Kiely's car? Was it the family, police, or management?
It was family.
Family first. Wholeheartedly family. I can expand upon that a little bit. Dad and Grandpa were on scene so fast, ridiculously fast. Like Dad came roaring up on an ATV, and he was just searching in the trees in the area. So they were the first ones to know.
Yep.
There you go.
Facebook was the first one to know.
Nah, I can't believe that.
I do.
How do we know Facebook was?
Because it was posted on Facebook, and SF Investigates was with Grandpa and Dad up in the tree line and all that. SF got a call from can't think of the creator's name, and said that AWP had just posted it on Facebook.
Real? Oh my God.
And then so Steve told Grandpa and Dad, and then that's when they all went going down the hill down to the reservoir.
Wow. Interesting. Very interesting.
Now, somebody else can look back and see if I'm telling a story or
No,
not.
I'm not. No.
But that's the way that I remember it. I could be wrong, but
Crazy's agreeing with you.
Yeah, I don't see chat. So
yeah, and I'm sorry if I sounded rude when I asked that question.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all.
I'm like, how do we know?
Okay. No, not at all. AWP.
Because AWP didn't have direct line to the dad and grandfather. Hey, Brotherhood Mason, welcome back.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, the question would be, why did AWP not have these phone numbers? Again, I know Lindsay had a protection thing around her, the media and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But Grandpa or Dad, why didn't they have their number? Probably not something we can answer. Moving on.
Yeah. No, I agree, though. I mean, posting it out on Facebook, or whatever. How dare them? Or not? I shouldn't say them. I am not pointing fingers at these two gentlemen on the screen at all. Nor will I ever.
I'm just pointing out what was shady to me, or what got me asking questions.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Who posted on Facebook at 2:28 p.m. that they had found Kiely's car?
Oh, there you go.
I should have kept playing.
I have no idea.
I have no idea. That's above.
I can tell you that
anything I did.
I can tell you that I was angry that the post happened.
There you go.
I didn't even know it did happen.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah. Anyway, who was in the air balloon when it?
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Yep.
Oop, there you go.
Ooh, there it is, MJ.
And oop, there it
There
went.
it is. Yep.
Was flying and hovering over the car at Kiely Point. So I'm not sure if somebody was in an air balloon over Kiely Point. I went up in the air balloon first thing in the morning. That was happenstance. The air balloons were just a couple of enthusiasts, a couple pilots who came out. Literally 2 air balloons, and they were just playing
It just
around.
happened to be where we parked in a parking lot there the night before to find a place to basically go to sleep. We woke up in the morning to these noises outside the RV, and it was the sound of 2 different air balloon teams setting up these air balloons, hot air balloons. And so that was something we didn't know about. They came, you got to realize this is in the Lake Tahoe area. It's a touristy place. There's a lot of stuff going on. So apparently it's popular for these people to use that spot as a hot air balloon launch site.
As far as being in the air balloons, getting into the air balloons, I was woken up by one of the other members and was told, hey, grab your camera. There are air balloons outside, hot air balloons. And so we went out and just filmed because it was a cool scene, for us to just see in the morning. It wasn't going to be added to the video. This is for our own stuff. And I actually have a shot of one of the people on one of my YouTube shorts. And you'll see, I think it was the 2022 recap. And there's one of the ladies who's, shooting flames into her hot air balloon. So our enthusiasm got us invited aboard the air balloons, and I took it as an opportunity just to at least look above. It wasn't anything more than what our drones could see.
Right.
And Art, you might remember this part. Never mind.
TF.
I need to find chat.
We're coming in for a landing, especially if it's a high wind landing, face the direction that we're traveling. That way you see what we hit when we hit it. And hold on in 2 places. There's the rope handles here, the tops of the tanks, the uprights. And by holding on and having your knees slightly bent, you get to follow rule number 1, which is what? Stay in the basket. Number 3, ballooning's a sport to share. I'm sharing it with you, sharing it with folks on the ground. If you see something cool, point it out to me. If you see something that scares you, tell me so I can be scared too.
Really, there wasn't much more to that scene. I mean, it was we just went up. We came down. I got Josh to go in, and then he got carried away by the wind. And we started our mission because the guys who are doing the hot air balloons said, we'll go get them. You guys do what you need to do.
Right.
All members were awake by 6 a.m. and they never got in the water at Prosser until 10:41. Besides washing in the lake.
My question is, how did the police fly a plane with LiDAR over the lake and not see that damn car? They have found lost cities in the Amazon with LiDAR.
That's a good question.
That's a good question. Now, later on in this video, Nick does say he could not see any further than 5 feet in front of his hand when he was in the water. So what LiDAR is, I'm not really sure, but I don't have that answer. That's just all I know.
LiDAR. That sounds like what I have. I can tell you're lying. I have LiDAR.
LiDAR.
Just saying, I have
I'm
LiDAR.
quick with LiDAR.
Did you know that Jared's family knew the guy that did one of the hot air balloons?
I was gonna say I heard
He
that,
looks familiar.
and
I mean,
heard
Is
in
that a
video.
coincidence? A coinky dinky.
Coinky dink?
I have a hard time believing that they were just doing a Sunday fun day hot air balloon ride, knowing the whole town was looking for this girl.
Like eating breakfast and
Oops, sorry.
Huh?
They probably wanted to be part of it in a sense.
They were right, but then be honest about it. Oh, hey, we were
Correct.
just,
I agree.
you know, we were just going for a Sunday stroll while AWP was looking for the girl. You could look
Me?
down into the lake, right? I don't know. Pause.
You
Go ahead.
cannot see at the bottom of the lake at the reservoir.
Say that again.
You cannot see the bottom of the reservoir.
Right.
The water is not
Apparently, you
clear.
can't even
at the
see
reservoir.
14 feet in front of you.
Well, no,
It's
because
clear
Nick,
at the very beginning. It is not clear when you get out there.
right, and Nick said too, he could not see 5 feet in front of him.
It might have even been less than that.
Right. Okay, couple of comments here. Yes, I.
Cup of coffee. What happened?
Hi,
Is
boob.
everything okay?
Hi, boob.
What happened?
Boob. Booby is booby.
It's not. It's no. It's not.
Big
Boob.
B. Big B.
3.5 to 4 feet. Correct.
Okay, now
correct.
hold on a minute now. Let me go back up here. I will look up LiDAR. Crazy can't stand you, Art. Look it up when you get time. I will look up LiDAR when I have time. TF says no, Art, that's HIDAR, not LiDAR. Crazy,
Well, my
crazy
HIDAR.
says, the scanner, girls. Okay. And then Big B says, however, there is drone footage from the 19th per SF where you can clearly see the car in the water. Finally, the reservoir only lost 3.5 to 4 feet in depth from the 6th to the 21st per USGS. United States USGS. I'm not sure what the G stands for or the S, but I'm guessing United States something. Anyways, I don't know. I don't have answers. I just know what they're saying. U.S. Geological Society.
Society.
Secret society.
Which I'm not going.
See,
there,
I
but
couldn't
I must
see
say
the
that those are the things
Oh.
that make me say that it got in there somewhere between
I couldn't see it.
that week and the 21st. How can the cops miss it? Anyway, that's not.
Well, I want to know how they came up with their math of 25 feet.
And don't go out there. I mean, that's how all the speculation came about. They
And we're
didn't
looking
find
for
it.
small stuff.
Yeah, we're looking for small stuff and give it all to Sammy and like everything. It's
Now,
unfortunate.
girls.
Yes. Well,
Girls.
you know we got to do it.
Girls. What?
Not that one. Okay, I'm going to hit go.
Okay.
having a few 20-minute air
Nice.
balloon rides. What else do they do between 6 and 10:41 a.m.?
So first of all, wash in the lake. I don't know what that, we actually have, there was a bathroom provided in the RV. And when you have 4 or 5 guys staying in an RV, it takes a while for everybody to do their personal hygiene, eat some breakfast.
What was the question? Hold on. I missed the question.
I can't wait to see crazy.
Provided in the RV. And when you have 4 or 5 guys
Darn it.
staying in an RV.
And having a few 20-minute air balloon rides. What else do they do between 6 and 10:41 a.m.?
So
you need to do.
Right.
All members were awake by 6 a.m. and they never got in the water at Prosser until 10:41. Besides washing in the lake, eating breakfast, and having a few 20-minute air balloon rides.
Washing in the lake. Okay, what are we trying to ascertain from this? Just, when we talk, the girls and I, there are questions. It's like, okay, why is AWP saying this, or why did they do that? Just answering questions, I guess. Trying to get answers. See if there's answers in any of these videos. Anybody else?
That hasn't messed it all up.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said.
I was mumbling.
Oh,
I was mumbling.
okay. It's interesting to go back through. I think it is.
It's
After 3
what
years.
else did they do between?
Say again?
After 3 years, yes. After 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
yes. I agree.
6 and 10?
You what? I agree. I'm sorry. Every time you talk, I hit the play button. I'm sorry.
That's good.
Okay, here we go.
10:41 a.m.
So, first of all, wash in the lake. I don't know what that, we actually have, there was a bathroom provided in the RV. And when you have 4 or 5 guys staying in an RV, it takes a while for everybody to do their personal hygiene, eat some breakfast, brush your teeth, that sort of thing in the morning. So like any other job, we kind of had let's start at say 9 a.m. is kind of a target. So you get up in the morning and you spend a couple hours kind of getting ready, just like most people do at your normal job. You don't just wake up 15 minutes before you start work. You get up and you've got to take a shower, get dressed, eat some food.
For those that are on camera, they have to prep, make sure they look good.
The 3 S's.
Mm-hmm.
I can't help it, but I read chat and think of songs. She said, call it a recap, and now I got, let's call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
What?
You don't know the song then, probably.
No, I don't. You're right.
Okay. I'm going back to muting.
Okay, we'll hit play.
Yeah, and I don't know where they came up with the 10:41.
So that sequence I mentioned earlier, there was a timestamp sequence, and that was something that we were just trying out. We had done it on a couple other shoots, and we were just trying to see would it add something to the story. It wasn't anything more than just like giving people a time scale as to how long it took us to do things. So 10:41 was when they were walking out of the trailer. That scene of them walking out to the boats, and they said, it's 10:41 a.m. We're about to get on the water, or something along those lines. What is the name of the person that was bleeped out in the video that allegedly got into an altercation with Kiely at the party? No idea.
I have no idea either. That was something that was spoke on a different boat, and it wasn't something that afterwards. A lot of people might think that we would all huddle and discuss everything that was going on. That was not the case. I was basically a trainee. There was people above me that were making decisions and doing things that I didn't really question because I didn't know exactly what was going on. I was just doing what I was getting paid to do, and that was search and trying to find missing people.
Hold on a minute.
Didn't I read somewhere that he was brought on to train divers?
He was brought on to be the lead of a second group. They were going to start a second team.
Okay.
So it was going to be Nick and Devon, if I'm not mistaken, and then Josh and Doug, so that they could go out there and do more missions than, just having the one boat.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you, Crazy. That shouldn't have been shown. I agree. I thought they were volunteer.
Yeah, but I think
They get
that
donations and
your
things.
nonprofit still has to pay their employees. I
That's
believe.
true. Never mind.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll hit play. I suppose, yeah. I mean, how, you can't just be going around volunteering your time for everything. How are you going to eat? Take care of your family.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
He was a dive master at the time. However, he was not experienced in recovery at that time. Yes, correct. He has gone through much training since. Yeah, I saw that. I think he talks about this later on in the video.
They claim that they only did one dive at Prosser. So how long was Nick underwater for on this alleged dive?
4 minutes.
4 minutes, and it was one dive.
Alleged dive. As if you didn't really see him go in the water, really?
I think Nick's
Nick
a good
said-
dude.
What's that?
I said, I think Nick's a good dude.
I do too. I think both of these guys are.
That he could only see 5 feet in front of his eyes while underwater at Kiely's car. So where did all the light sources come from as seen in their video?
Yeah.
Well, we have 2 lights, as you can see, on the full face mask.
Mhm.
That's how we light it up. Plus, we were only in, I think it was 14 feet of water at the deepest part.
Right.
And the lake had 5 feet visibility compared to what I'm used to. That's actually really good visibility.
Mhm.
So the light still makes it down there.
Yeah.
It wasn't pitch black. It wasn't super, it was kind of shadowed and hard to see inside the vehicle, but outside the vehicle, it was pretty good visibility.
Yeah, visibility does not translate directly to light transfer. It can still be illuminated pretty darn well. And then also these cameras are really good at operating in low light. Not that it was.
Right.
So he could only see 5 feet in front of him.
I hate the mute button. Yes.
So he couldn't see in the windows clearly, but he could see the car clearly. Is that what he said?
Within 5 feet.
Within 5 feet, yeah.
Correct. He said, he said there were shadows within the car, because it has, well, you're in the car.
Illumination, yep.
Right. And that's what his little side Mickey Mouse ear cameras. Or lights, helped to illuminate. That answered one of my questions that I had. It's like, okay, why couldn't you see the car? These questions they are reading all sound like questions asked by...
See, why does everything have a pivot point for me, right? Like, I was all good with AWP until they made it sound like, that video, if we're going to release more, if it goes a certain way, and the Jared stuff. Like, I was with them because I don't know, to me, you don't do that kind of recovering bodies and dealing with families and lie about things, or I don't know.
Well,
Okay.
in all their previous videos, AWP, when they're going out on these cold cases and stuff, 9 times out of 10, they have the family right there with them while they're searching, while they're doing all this stuff. Now, because this case, I guess, was an open case, open investigation.
Right.
So to me, they should have been calling the authority and not taking a chance on your calling Tom, Dick, and Harry, Lori and Sally, or whoever.
Yeah, but we don't. Who was their contact prior to that? They
But
called the
again,
one.
law enforcement knew that AWP was going to be there, and law enforcement should have already been present, following them around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Big B says that Reel, REEL channel was asking some odd questions that day. I was watching this live stream. Real channel, yes, it was Canadian based with a red maple leaf as an avatar. Can't remember the rest of the channel name.
Real Justice.
Real Justice.
I remember everything.
There you go, Real Justice.
Real Justice.
He did some crazy stuff with the Charlie Kirk stuff too. Just recently. He was on point. Euphoric was good. There was quite a few channels that were pretty good, but CC was number 1 and Big B was number 2.
Big B. I think a Big B coffee. I don't know. Do you have that there, Big B?
No, but we have Big C. We have
Big
Big
C
C here now. No, I'm talking about on the channel.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, goodbye.
Here we go.
How many other divers were down there with Nick?
None.
It was just you. When Nick descends, there's a big splash at the bottom left of their video. Nick's hands were empty when he descended. So what is the item descending beside Nick that caused the big splash?
Now, the other day when we were reading this question,
Before I read the question.
Right. I was telling him, I was like, well, we had 2 lights, one on each side. When I came up from the dive, I only had 1. I lost one of the lights down underwater. And so that
could be the light.
Could be the light that's splashing. I don't know. I don't remember a splash on that, but
when Nick begins his
Art. Big B one. Big B.
I was muted. I said you to shizzle.
Big B asked, does that make me the shit if I'm the number 2?
I'd rather be the shit than the shitter. Yeah, for shizzle.
For shizzle. Okay, here we go.
Descend underwater, he descends for the first 5 or so feet and then rolls forward into a face down dive before reaching the car. How did Nick magically descend underwater feet first?
First of all, there's nothing magic about it. This is a good question for those of you that aren't scuba divers. So I've got my little training aid here
Scuba
to help
Steve.
demonstrate this. When you descend on a dive, you're always going to be in the upright position like this. You wear a thing called a buoyancy compensator, which is a vest, fills up with air. It keeps you positively buoyant. When you deflate the air, now you have weight that'll sink you underwater. The air goes to the top where the hose is, and it'll only drain if it's upright. So you drain water there till you get fully submerged underwater. Once you are fully submerged, then you rotate your body horizontally, so now you can see the bottom and continue your descent like so. So I hope that explains it.
And real quick, as well, your weight system is at the center of your mass, so it actually creates a nice little pivot point for your body.
If you're trimmed properly, you'll stay perfectly, almost like a skydiver coming down.
Yeah.
So that's how you do it. It's not a magic thing. That's textbook.
Who's Scuba Steve?
You really don't know who Scuba Steve is? Are you? We can't be friends anymore.
Okay, I can kick you. Here. No, I don't know who Scuba Steve is.
Oh my God, Scuba Steve! Oh my God.
Well, instead of who is it?
He's from. Have you ever seen Happy Gilmore? Is it? No, wait, it's not Happy Gilmore. It's
From Big Daddy?
Big Daddy. Yeah.
No.
Scuba. Well, oh my gosh.
I didn't watch a lot of I don't know.
Scuba Steve. I'll tell you later.
Time. I didn't watch other shows. Bro, I don't know. I watch like this Discovery ID or whatever and crap like that.
You were too busy paying for a hamburger on Tuesday.
I was.
Okay.
Yes, I was.
Come on.
Okay, and then Brotherhood's Mason asks, how did they ID her body officially? Wasn't it officially ID'd by the rod in her arm? I'm not positive, but that kind of...
It's my belief that she was ID'd based on the clothing, the jewelry, the tattoo.
All of the above, yeah.
Oh, the wrist hardware, arm hardware.
Boobs said no, but I don't know if you're saying no to me or what. I don't know.
And they said they found Kiely. AWP said they found Kiely because that was her vehicle and it was her license plate. And so when Nick saw the remains there, he had to assume that it was her.
I thought that in the autopsy it said she couldn't be identified.
They couldn't identify her like strictly by face is what I understood.
Right.
But keep in mind the fish had been in there now.
Okay.
Yeah. Without going any,
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Well, like I said, she was unrecognizable.
Visible, yeah.
Yeah. We are still missing supplemental 14 from the incident report.
I was going to ask. Oh, who just asked that? Was that
Boob?
Boob?
Big B just said it. I'm sorry. It's going to be Boob. That's
Boob. I'm Big B, BTTV.
Yeah.
Boob. I was going to ask. I felt like we were missing one, and I could not for the life of me remember which one it was. And
Wait.
Detective,
you're simply the breast. Better than all the rest.
We're not at the end of the show yet.
I'm sorry, but that song just came to me.
It was Detective Stratton that had declared it as Kiely Rodni. Yes. The lady is crazy. Yes, you're correct. Art is crazy.
You read that wrong, but okay.
Okay. OMG, Art. Okay, here we go.
So what do we have to do to get that supplement?
What is it?
Or not that supplement. Yeah, that supplement.
Supplemental for what is that report?
It's the incident report
From
I
which
believe it
agency?
would be from Placer.
Oh,
I don't know. There's too many hands in this.
I just hit play. I don't know.
Right, yeah. Moving on.
Okay.
Where did we go? Is there a possibility that Kiely is still alive and the body found came from a local morgue / elsewhere? That's not something that we would know, but you know, we're not ones to speculate. I believe that it was Kiely.
Absolutely. I mean,
I think when they say by sight, it once again, I think it might have been her clothes, her jewelry.
That and the
But wait, the tattoo was in the wrong place, right? I
That's the
understand
skin.
that can happen.
Yes, the skin.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I wasn't huffing at you.
Who?
I went, you didn't hear that? Well, then I take my back. I didn't do that.
Okay.
any reason why somebody would put her same car, her same license plate, and a person in it that would resemble her.
Matches the
wouldn't
description.
The medical examiners.
Well, and she was positively identified as well.
Right, and you know, so that's beyond what we have control of. There.
Could you see well enough that it was not a mannequin?
Oh, jeez.
Sorry.
I mean, I guess they're legit questions.
They are. They are. I giggle because of my
That's
kid.
reaching, I think.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't a mannequin. Again, the medical examiner, the other divers that came in after me, I would think they would have verified whether it was actually a person or a mannequin, unless the entire, all the law enforcement, medical examiners, media, everybody involved is part of a cover-up. I'm pretty sure that that it was actually her.
See, that's where my brain went too. It's like, I can't see getting all these agencies to
line up to cover this up. They're not going to do that.
Yeah, that's just, I mean, that's just.
It's just not going to happen. I mean,
That's
it could. It could. And it
right.
does.
Oh, yeah, anything could happen. I mean,
Yeah, it could and it does, but I don't think that's what happened in this case.
Right. Well, you know, yeah, crazy, you're right. That is a stupid question, but it goes back to CC being real. And okay, you're going to ask that question. I'm going to throw it out there for them to answer it. You want to ask a silly question, you'll get an answer. That, like, you know, CC was great. Is great. CC is great.
Yeah, the mannequin.
Would Nick say who were the people in the photo shown to Nick, the AAA guy?
No, I'm not going to say. It's no different than anything that anybody's speculated. I don't want to point the finger at anybody because I don't think that has anything to do with the information there. If it was spoken of, is not going to miraculously break this case. Again, and there's another question somewhere in here, but since we're on this topic, and we've discussed this, like when Nick came to us and told us his story, in his mind, he believed what he saw and who he saw was real. Am I skeptical as to exactly who he saw? Yes. But in his mind, he seemed to think that it was the real deal. So we chased that as if we were going after. Let's see, how do I want to rephrase that?
No, I got this. So Nick's information was accurate according to him. We had no way of verifying it, and the only reason we captured it was that it was just so wild to be approached while we were buying, SSDs to store footage at a Best Buy parking lot. That we just decided to capture it and try and verify later. So we could not verify what Nick was thinking. However, we had no reason not to believe him and his girlfriend, who was on scene as well. She was corroborating a lot of the information that he was sharing. But again, we didn't have the footage, but it would have been silly of us not to record at least that interaction as he's trying to tell us what he believed was true.
Right.
What was blurred out behind the driver's seat where Kiely Rodni is not located? Kiely's in the very back. So is this something else?
I don't remember it being blurred out. They might have blurred it out thinking that if it was part of her there, they didn't want to show that for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
You know,
Just decency.
courtesy, common decency.
I have no idea what was blurred out. And I haven't watched the video anytime recently to verify any of that.
Right.
Kiely's remains were found in the back seat. I believe, is it possible that she floated back there from the driver's seat? This is a good question for you.
Yes, it's absolutely possible that she floated back there from the driver's seat. It's not uncommon, and I've since gone to some continued training.
This part is really interesting, listening to this.
About going back into the back.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He explains it really well.
And you
This
can.
type
I
of
have the same size vehicle. I have the same vehicle, so you can fit back there.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone to underwater criminal investigator course, master underwater criminal investigator course. I've recently gone to aquatic abuse, death, and homicide investigation class. That was a 3-day course. I learned a ton of stuff there. So yeah, no, it's not uncommon for people to be in the very back because for different reasons, if it's an accident and they go in, most of the time the vehicle the motor's in the front and it'll go in like this and it'll slowly sink with the front going first because of all the weight. And now you have an air pocket that will continue to go. And so the person or people inside will be fighting to stay in that air pocket. So they'll continue to migrate towards the back. So it's not uncommon.
Mythbusters did a really good episode on this, and they showed how Adam, he crawled to the back to try and keep as much air as he could.
Right.
Yeah, I did a video on that. I think I put it on Killshot's channel. About that video where, I mean, it's just seconds when that window is down. Just seconds you have to try to figure out how to get out.
Kiely's remains were found in the back seat. I just read that one. What was the conversation with Dad and Grandpa on the shore? So I can speak to this a little bit. So I had ears on the situation because we're always listening to the microphones and stuff. Basically just trying to console them. It was purely just, we believe we found her vehicle and you don't want to be here when the vehicle's pulled up. This isn't how you want to remember her. So, if Dad or Grandpa are watching, again, my condolences to you guys. And it was a pleasure to meet you. And yeah, I mean, that's basically it.
Right.
Nick, was the information given about Nick or from Nick? Oh, the tow truck driver interview confirmed. We just kind of answered this. Can you guys say that he actually went on a call that night? Was the video from where was the video?
We have no way of verifying that.
Right.
We were hoping that somebody would, or the police would say, hey, we've checked into that, and just so you know, that was false, or otherwise, we have no idea.
We captured the footage because in the moment, you have no other reason not to. It was just, it's always wise to capture first and then verify as you can go. We just never got the opportunity to verify, unfortunately.
But why would you air it?
I was just going to say that. Why make it part of not them? Why would Jared make it part of his video if they could not verify the information?
Sounds like what a lot of YouTubers do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is for permission, I guess.
Now, on that note, too, I want to say that Devon and I had no say in how any of the videos were edited or what made it to the final print. That was above us. There might have been some stuff that we might have thought maybe this shouldn't be in the final edit, but again, that was never even quite, we never got asked, and then we had no say in that.
I'm glad he said that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Why
it
have you
was
chosen to
Doug
remain?
and Josh and Jared.
Yeah, I think at the very end, it's probably just Jared. Wasn't he the only one? The only one.
Josh was their camera editor. I think.
Right. However, Jared has to approve it, right?
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know that for a fact.
Boob, I still question why she wasn't found wearing a sweatshirt. It was chilly at that time of night. 2 windows were
You're
found
telling
open.
me, don't get me going on that.
Now, I know me.
Mm-mm.
If I... Oh. I'll hold... Never mind.
So silent. If it's for legal reasons or don't want to be dragged into some consequences or repercussions down the road, please just say that.
Crazy as far as how she couldn't get out of the car filled up with water so fast. There's a video out there, remind me to try to find it for you, where there were 1, 2, 4, I think there were 4 men in the car, and they all knew what was happening. They knew they were going to be driving into the water, and they had to try to get out. As soon as that window was open, it immediately flooded the inside of that car with water. Me at 16 years old driving, if that were to happen to me, I would try to rush to, follow the air, right? There's no air there, but that's just me. Jared, he was all about capture and shot drama. Yeah, I agree. He was all about the drama. Yep. If we are to believe the fire cam show her car, which I personally do not, then the car did not go under immediately. You're right. It's the way it shows.
I don't believe the fire cams. I don't believe the fire cams are of anything in this particular case. But that's just me.
Right.
Well, first of all,
and welcome in, Tanya.
We haven't been silent. I've been on many interviews. I mean, the next day we did TV interviews. I've done YouTube interviews. I mean, again, these questions that we're answering, I feel like aren't going to give anything that's like, aha, because of that, we can now solve this case. There's really, I'm speaking out now again to talk about this in hopes that there's people that might think that we are withholding information that might say we're not, or at least nothing that we know. We can't speak for anybody else outside of Devon and I that was part of that team. We don't know, but as far as we know, there's no withheld information that would help break this case, in my opinion.
Nothing.
What was that, Art?
I just think I believe him there that even if, whatever went on, like we're saying it was Josh and Jared, or I don't think these guys knew any of the production
You know
part
what
of it.
AWP should have done? They should have just went and got the where and kept their mouth shut and moved on to Jalissa Fuentes. Is what they should have done. But no, instead, well, they did go there, but instead they went on all these panels.
See, I think they should have recovered the vehicle.
Well, yes, I agree with you there. But supposedly it's a crime scene, remember?
Right. And then that was part of the Duty Ron video that I watched earlier where Doug said that the FBI, politely asked them, it's a crime scene now. So, and it was because there's a car in the lake with a, young lady in it. Kursuma, are you live on another platform at the same time? No, but I'm on vertical too, though.
Who's calling you? Huh? No, I'm just kidding.
I just never understood why Jared would even talk. He was not even there. What makes you think that it's a good idea to put on social media that, oh, bleep it out and so got in a fight with so and so? Things might be more sinister. Why would you put that in there? Why would you do that? You were only supposed to get the where.
See, I blame Jared for that because you know when you run a company, who has the last say? You know, he could have made Josh put that in there, but we
Oh,
don't. I mean, no.
sorry.
Yeah, no, we don't know.
TF, I think the reason he's questioning is because, yeah, you don't see Tanya. Yeah, she's on the vertical. She's vertical. You're horizontal.
So here's a learning thing. I can see everybody's comment on StreamYard all in one place.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Here we go.
That we say right now is going to change the information that's already out there.
Right.
You know, we're speaking to the best of our knowledge and just kind of reiterating what's been said before. But again, we wanted to be transparent, answer these questions for you guys, and give context as best we could. Could you see any more of the body other than lower legs or feet with or without shoes?
No, I could not. I just saw basically from just below the knees down, you see pants, socks, shoes. I only could really verify one because of the angle of it. It would be like you looking at this leg here, you can't really see this backside, especially in a dark shadowed vehicle.
Do you have any input as to how long you thought the car appeared to have been in the water?
Oh, no, not necessarily. That's a tough one because most of the stuff that I've ever encountered in the past has been super old cases or old stolen vehicles that you can tell have been there quite a while. Now, I could tell that the car had definitely been there for more than a few days because there was a little bit of algae growth on kind of a film on some of the windows. And there was wildlife, you know, swimming in and out of the vehicle. So it wasn't like it had just gone in, but as far as exactly how many days, I have no way of verifying that.
And I don't know that there is a way because
Right.
each
scenario
lake
is
is
gonna be
its,
different.
each lake and river is its own biome and going to have different stages and rates of algae growth and stuff. Has Nick learned any more or had any other further questions from law enforcement since your interview? What interview?
Yeah, I don't know what interview they're talking about there. They never really interviewed us. They asked me a few questions as far as depth. Is that the video? Yes, we showed them the footage, and then that was it. We had lunch with them a few days later because they wanted to ask us. They wanted to see our equipment and how we basically found her, what practices we used, and then that was the only interactions I've had with any of the law enforcement that were part of that.
Yeah. You can go back onto Placer County Sheriff's Facebook page and you'll see a photo of us together. That's when we had lunch with them. On a scale from 1 to 10, what's Nick's best probability? Thoughts on suspiciousness of Kiely being in the back? Was it considered trunk of the vehicle?
On a scale from 1 to 10, at the time I was fairly new to, that was my very first one of like a fresh incident, something that was that new. So yes, that was a little suspicious to me, her being in the back. I've since learned that that's actually not uncommon at all. There were other things combined with that made the whole situation suspicious, but we'll go into that later. There's another question, I think.
Did Nick feel by the treatment to the team that law enforcement wasn't taking this as a possible crime scene? Did the number of people walking through the scene bring question as being add to Nick and the team because of contamination along with no gloves used? Okay, that was worded a little funny, but I think the question here is law enforcement, were they treating it as a crime scene once we found the vehicle?
Yes. They actually, once we showed them the footage, they kicked us out and they flagged it off. I wasn't super experienced at all with crime scenes, so to speak. So there were no red flags at all. In my opinion, it was
No red flag Ronnie's. Was that his name?
Right? Yeah. Red flag, Ronnie.
I want to. Is Boob still here?
I'm sure.
I just want to know: do they believe any of the Celicia Singh stuff?
Caused a lot of conspiracies when he mentioned odd things in the beginning. Yeah, but
Yes.
and it makes sense now. Yup. Boob says yup.
In the 911 call.
Well, you should like message them.
Oh, I know.
Well, then do it. Be like Nike and just do it.
Oh,
You
look
can
at
do it.
you,
You can do it.
who don't know Scuba Steve. Jesus.
Okay, here we go.
It's just it was more of shock that I'd found her and that the whole thing was happening like it was. So I didn't feel like the law enforcement were being negligent in any way. I felt like they were actually doing their job to the best of their ability at the time. I don't know exactly what agencies were all there. Most of them didn't have logos on. They were wearing polos,
Polos and khakis.
There could have been FBI, multiple sheriffs departments, detectives. There was a lot. I don't know exactly who they were.
And to be clear, they weren't rude to us. They simply just said, we need you guys to leave because it is now a crime scene. To remove any further contamination.
Right.
But yeah, they weren't rude to us, but they did take it seriously and they kept everyone from getting
Yeah,
close
they're
to it.
like, you boys need to take off before you get us in any more trouble. Seriously.
I do have a clip from Duty Ron where Doug was talking about this too, and he kind of answered that question really well. Boob says, I'd rather not put my opinions out there. I've always tried to stick with facts and questioned what others have stated. You can reach out privately.
Perfect.
That's to you.
I know, and I digress.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, here we go.
Of course, the footage that you guys saw, we were able to park where we had started the day before, we were able to park where we had started that day and then hike back through the woods to get down across the water from them. So, it wasn't an area that they cordoned off. We were already there. And that's why you guys got to see that side of it. Was there any uncomfortable feeling perceived by Nick that law enforcement gave off pressure to not go out further into Prosser Reservoir to search? No.
No, not at all.
No, I believe we were just told, we had searched it. You're free to search it.
Right.
Yeah.
Josh Cantu says something
Are you?
else.
Oh, did he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I remember them saying that, we've already searched it, but feel free. And I believe that's why they went to 2 reasons why they went. That was one of the reasons why they went to Boca first, was because they said that they already searched it, and also because of the tow truck dude.
The tow, yeah. Roadside
Oh,
assistant.
roadside assistant guy.
Roadside assistance.
Yes.
You aware, Nick, of law enforcement spending a long period of time taking video of the scene underwater prior to the car being brought out? Did you see any law enforcement videos?
I am aware of them I watched, there was 2 divers they sent underwater after me to do their initial investigation. And what happens there is I'm assuming they would take cameras with them, take video and good photos of the whole scene. That's why it takes a while. Then they would come out. Was I able to see that footage? No, they haven't shared any of that information,
nor will they.
Nor they probably will. And again, there's another question in here, but while we're talking about this, they kick out, if you're not law enforcement or an invited party, it's common practice for them to kick you out of the scene. Why do they do that? I don't know for sure. I can only assume it's a liability thing. Do I think it's necessarily the right thing to do? Not necessarily. If you have people that are an expert in a field that you're not, it might behoove you to actually keep some of these people on site, but they don't do that. And that's that's beyond our control. We have no say over that. We're just volunteers doing our thing. So hopefully that clears up that a little bit.
Besides the
Crazy says, y'all remember the dive team? They had only went so many feet out, but I could have swore I heard somewhere along the lines too that they were told to only go so far out.
They were told to only go out 25 feet.
Not 25.
Not 25? What, 6, 7?
25? 6, 7. Damn you. MJ. 6, 7. Lordy. Correct. Okay, Crazy says correct. Okay, it was 25 feet. Okay.
Yeah, and if I don't know, maybe Boob can answer this, but
Yep,
I think
Alameda
they were
said-
set up closer to the boat ramp.
Yeah, Alameda said they were told 25.
Yeah, 25. Alameda. They have the Washoe County divers there too.
fact that Kiely was in the back of the car, what gave you the impression foul play may have been involved?
First of all,
Yes.
I never said foul play may have been involved. So I don't know where that came from. My words were, it looks suspicious. And the reason I said that was not just because she was in the back of the vehicle. There was a lot of things that went on there. The main thing being that when I found her on sonar, Devon and I saw that it was this big, obvious shadow that I could see using sonar. And so when I finally dove on it to confirm it was her, I was thinking, how in the world could anybody miss this? It stands out like a sore thumb. So then your mind starts going, is there a possibility based on the conversations that we heard from Nick, the roadside assistance guy, seeing her possibly the day after, that maybe somebody put the vehicle back or put the vehicle in the lake after it was already searched? So, you know what I'm saying, to put yourself in my shoes of what I had encountered and then finding out like this doesn't add up. So yes, it was suspicious for several reasons, not just that Kiely was in the back of the car.
But making sure to make that distinction, suspicious, foul play,
Yeah.
two different things.
That says a lot right there.
Correct.
The former team are experts at water retrieval of vehicles. So why did law enforcement
Crazy says, see, comments like this in the beginning caused a lot of BS. You're right, it did.
allow the team to do it? Law enforcement made a mess of it. We kind of answered this a minute ago.
Yep.
You know, it's their scene. We're not going to get in the way of law enforcement doing their thing. What exactly did you see when you saw the shoes? According to the autopsy, she only had one on and the other was off with a sock on it. Was she recognizable in the water?
I showed you what I saw was basically right there, you know. So she might have only had one shoe on. I verified there was at least one on, and that's it.
Do you think she was murdered? What about her being passed away before she entered? What did she, who did she fight? Who did she fight? Again, we're not going to answer who she fought. We don't know. And we're not going to speculate on that. Do you think she was murdered? No. You know, and we're not going to speculate.
Sounds like he may think that there was
Nick,
a fight.
the private investigator.
What's that?
It sounds like he might even believe that there was a fight.
The police said there was a fight.
Right, everybody said there was a fight. So who fought? Who fought?
Hi, Mrs. Hooker. Welcome in.
Hello.
Said that you guys took him into the trailer and shared the underwater footage with him. Is that true?
I don't remember him being invited into the trailer. If I remember right, there was only me,
Only law
one other
enforcement.
cameraman that had the footage on his laptop, and there was like 3, maybe 4 law enforcement agents, and they could have been from various agencies, and that private investigator guy, he was there with the dad and the grandpa, and the only interaction that I had with him, he came up to me and he said, I got all my little logbook from that trip right here, and I've actually got right here. So he came up to me and he thanked me for finding her and verifying that. And he opened up his wallet and he pulled out a business card. And
The
he
plainest business
handed
card
me
I've
his
ever
business
seen.
card right here. And he said, thank you. And he handed me that. And he said, when this all settles down, I'll see to it that you get your reward. And that was the last interaction I had with him. So
He
I don't
said
remember
that
him
to
being in there
him?
to see any footage.
He also happened to claim that we used his drone footage, and no, we didn't.
Interesting.
You know, I heard something about him that somebody said seriously the other day, and I was like, you know what? You're so right about that.
Right?
It's just like every case that he's on has some sort of drama.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, well, don't you start looking within maybe? Like maybe he causes a lot of drama in these cases.
Yeah.
He's the problem. In my opinion, I know we all feel differently about Steve, but he was sus in my opinion still. And not just for this case. That's where,
Right.
you know.
And Tanya, it's always bothered me that it was said she had no water in her lungs. I know there's apparently something called dry drowning. I just don't know how that would
I
apply.
don't think it's called dry drowning anymore. I don't think that's even a term that they use.
Boob. I won't comment. I'll behave.
Shoot, we're all trying to behave.
That's why I'm muted, son.
We're all trying to behave.
Mm.
I'm just yelling out all by myself.
All by myself. Sorry.
We had our own drones. We had our own pilots.
Yeah, I never saw his.
Yeah, we have no idea what he's talking about. How long were you underwater during the discovery of the CRV, and did it take more than one dive? We answered this.
4 minutes, one dive.
4 minutes, one dive. Is there more footage of your underwater dives and inside and out of the CRV that did not get released?
Not really.
I mean, total time from time of touching water and then coming out, the GoPro was probably recording for a max of 10 minutes.
Right.
And inside the car, I mean, once you saw the feet, you pretty much were done.
Yeah, I went to the front window, and I think that was that the passenger side that might have been halfway. I don't remember now. I'd have to look at the footage again, but
yeah, it was the passenger side.
But yeah, once I verified that there was a human remains inside and it was her car, my job was done. I got out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
See what he said? His job was
okay, sorry.
out of the
It says,
water.
and if yes to number 39, we have like 55 questions. About how many minutes / hours of video has not yet been released and why it hasn't been released publicly. Again, we kind of touched on this. There were, 20 plus hours of footage probably recorded that entire day. Not all of it is footage that gives any information.
Right.
It's just, we're cruising around in a boat, maybe. Underwater stuff, it has no relevance. So the reason why it doesn't get released is relevance, and
Right.
it's just nothing. Do you or any of the former team know more about what happened to Kiely or how the CRV got into Prosser than what was publicly released or stated? And if yes, can you share any of that?
No,
I have no idea.
We would like answers just like all of you.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think the license plate on the CRV appeared so clean given the wheels and tires, wheel wells on the same?
You heading out, TF? Thanks for coming in.
Bye, TF.
Have a good night.
Later, Tater.
Car appeared so rusty, old, and it's silt covered.
I never really paid attention to that, but I mean, again, something that's been underwater in muddy, silty for maybe up to a couple weeks versus what was on it before it went into the car. I'm not like an expert on.
Well, and it was a dusty, dirty road to get out there too.
Yeah.
Who knows how dirty the car was before it went into the water, how much of it cemented. That's all speculation. So
I don't remember the year of the vehicle either. So.
It was newer. It was a newer CRV. Okay. From your experience, is that to be expected or not on the car that has been submerged for 2 weeks in a lake? Oh, that's kind of a continuation. Was all of your underwater footage shared with the FBI and CHP in addition to or instead of local law enforcement?
I don't know who all has seen it. There was multiple people in that trailer when we shared it. And we also gave a copy on an SD card to them. So they still have all that footage.
Yeah.
It wasn't exclusive to us.
Right. Why in the 9/2 publicly released video did the former member say while standing at Prosser boat ramp that this was the location of the last phone ping by Kiely Rodni? It is quite a distance from where the media claimed the last ping was, and Ellie did not or never said where. Okay, this is again, it was relative, right? The cell phone towers aren't going to give an exact location. This was probably one of the closer water features to that cell phone tower, and that's probably why that former member said that.
Where he said that, he could have been referring to the lake, not exactly where he was standing at that time.
Right. It was more broad. It wasn't precise.
And again, though, that's our opinion because we weren't the person that said that. So I don't know. I can't answer to that 100%.
After 15 months have passed since you interviewed Nick G, the tow truck driver, what do you make of the authenticity of his story about his 8/6/2022 AAA encounter at Boca? His story later told by him.
Hold, please. Can I go back? Oh, here I go. Look at I found the backwards one here. Hold on. Okay. Tell me if this is the right place.
Is that to be expected or not on the car that has been submerged for 2 weeks in a lake? Oh, that's kind of.
This part you want replayed?
Who?
Crazy and Boob.
Oh.
Yep. Okay. Here we go. Listen. Boob says listen. Listen, Linda.
Continuation. Was all of your underwater footage shared with the FBI and CHP in addition to or instead of local law enforcement?
I don't know who all has seen it. There was multiple people in that trailer when we shared it. We also gave a copy on an SD card to them.
What?
In the beginning, he said he didn't know anything about the videos and all that. Now he's talking about they had all this stuff. They gave it all to law enforcement, and earlier he said he wasn't privy to any of that. That, there was upper management.
CHP never referenced it in their report. I can't multitask. I'm trying to listen. I'm watching chat. And when I read chat, I'm not listening to what's happening on here.
I'm talking while I'm muted.
See, we're just all three of us are a mess. Okay, MJ,
You need a class.
I'm a mess. I need a class. Okay, am I in the right spot that you guys wanted me to rewind to, first of all? Hi, Stacy. Thanks for coming in. MJ, no, he said he couldn't say what footage was shown.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay. So do I need to rewind more?
Nick, I could have sworn in the beginning.
No, I think you're good.
Okay, because Boob said replay the ping comments. If I'm okay, I'm gonna go.
So they still have all that footage.
Yeah.
It wasn't exclusive to us.
Right. Why in the 9/2 publicly released video did the former member say while standing at Prosser boat ramp that this was the location of the last phone ping by Kiely Rodni? It is quite a distance from where the media claimed the last ping was, and Ellie did not or never said where. Okay, this is again, it was relative, right? The cell phone towers aren't going to give an exact location. This was probably one of the closer water features to that cell phone tower, and that's probably why that former member said that.
Where he said that, he could have been referring to the lake, not exactly where he was standing at that time.
Right. You know, it was more broad. It wasn't precise.
And again, though, that's our opinion because we weren't the person that said that. So I don't know. I can't answer to that 100%.
After 15 months have passed since you interviewed Nick G, the tow truck driver, what do you make of the authenticity of his story about his 8/6/2022 AAA encounter at Boca? His story later told by him about the disappearance of his dash cam video of that encounter and about the circumstances that led Nick G to find you guys at Best Buy at night on 8/19. And have you ever, gosh, it's so long one. And have you ever questioned his authenticity about all that? And if
Did I go back too far?
It's about the ping. So my question is Boca closer to the boat ramp?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I played it. Okay. Okay, here we go.
so, why?
Yes, I've questioned it, but again, it was one of those things when you have a witness, a potential witness making a statement, you have to kind of follow up on it as if what they're telling you they believe to be true. So again, we've already kind of touched on this. The way that story was told to us, in his mind, he believed it. Whether it's 100% accurate, hopefully we'll know, because apparently there was footage that was captured and nobody can seem to get a hold of that footage. So
yeah, and that's not on anybody in relation to this event. You know, I don't believe Nick would have destroyed his own footage. We had no access to the footage, so you know, I wouldn't condemn Nick for coming forward with information.
Right, and neither of us, I don't know about the others, but I'm assuming it's the same. But neither of us have spoken to Nick since that interview. That was
right. Yeah, that was the last time we ever saw him or heard from him.
Mr. Hooker, I know it's apparently when you go live now, you have vertical and horizontal. I have no idea how to turn the verticals off. So the exact ping location was given to search. However, perfect triangulation is unachievable. That's correct. So the phone last pinged in the water as much as out of the water per yes. Correct. Isn't there there's like a certain radius or whatever? I learned that from the Karen Reed case. There's no exact pinpoint.
Were you ever approached by anybody to sign any kind of NDA? Were you offered anything, money, gifts, fame, etc., or threatened in any way in exchange for silence on this case? If so, what were you offered, or what was the threat, and by whom? So,
Crazy Mama said yes, boob, and that's what made them only go 25 feet out, in my opinion. Or LMAO, so silly. Ah. Huh. Oh, shit. No, that's my banana. Leave it alone. Sorry, I'm back.
So I'll start this a little bit. You know, we can't speak about the former team or any of that stuff, you know, for obvious reasons. But in regards to the Kiely Rodni case, nobody approached us. We didn't sign anything. You know, we haven't stayed silent. This is the first time I might be appearing on camera, but it's because everything was already said by Nick. Right. So everything that we're talking about, again, is public information. None of this is secret, hush, hush, secret squirrel, revolutionary stuff.
Yeah, I would agree.
Did he just say secret squirrel?
Secret squirrel? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what I thought he said. But I'm spray painting in a room by myself, so.
How about some fumes?
Careful. Okay. I don't think he said secret squirrel, but could have. Okay, here we go.
Find it curious that you saw human remains seemingly only through the small rearmost side window, but not through the considerably larger rear window. Hypothetical question: if you had carefully peered into the rear window after knowing what was back there, the window above, or in this case below the license plate, and assuming the window was clear of lake debris and algae, would you have been able to see the full length or most of her body, or was this something other than algae or lake debris blocking the view from the rear window such that only the feet / head of the body could be seen from the side?
So basically the vehicle's upside down like this. If you saw in the video, I actually did try to, because looking through here, I saw what appeared to be a pair of shoes. And so to get it in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, that could be her shoes on her feet. So I went around to see if I could get a closer look because I saw that it was in the back of the vehicle. And then you see in the video, I actually wiped the window because there was growth or like dirt or
Some film.
on there. And I thought maybe I could wipe it away. Well, I couldn't. That's why I went around to this window here where I peeked in. And that's where I could finally see and confirm that there was somebody in the vehicle.
And then the second part, was her body mostly laying down against the roof of the car, meaning that her body had sunk as far down as it could go in the upside down vehicle? Or was her body instead positioned mostly against what would be the floor of the cargo area, which be in the floating position? Perhaps a more simple way of asking the question, the same thing. When you saw her body through the side window, were you looking mostly at what would be the underside of her torso or above her? Was she floating? Was she saying?
She was floating, positively buoyant. That's why her feet were hanging down.
Okay, so I learned something new today. A secret squirrel is a thing.
I can hear good.
Well, no, I'm reading. I didn't know.
Remember when I heard Jan say big ass?
Wasn't the seatbelt hanging out of bottom of back door? Something was hanging out there. I'm not sure what.
Yes, and when Doug was asked about it, he's like, we didn't see it until you guys mentioned it.
Nick was asked too, and he didn't see it either. And he was right there at the license plate.
Boob says, I have questions on that as well, Stacy, as the belt is still sticking out in the CHP garage photos.
This one we can't really answer. What was the text message that was received in the middle of Prosser?
I don't know.
No idea. We weren't there either. Was there anything else suspect about the car?
That was the other thing, a text message that was received.
It was from somebody on the Facebook group. Well, it's probably Jared reading what some commenter wrote in the Facebook group.
Yeah, that's another thing that never should have made it in there.
Other than deceased in the rear hatch with one window totally open and the other half open.
No, the car was one part of the puzzle. Again, the fact that we found her so easily when apparently the place had been searched by multiple organizations, multiple boats, multiple scuba divers, that was more suspicious to me than anything.
Right. When you interviewed Nick G about him possibly seeing Kiely on Saturday morning, did he at any time specify the make and model of the car? Was that never mentioned? The full video is released, I believe. It's like an unedited version. Right. I don't remember him saying the exact make and model of the car, but he said that he saw it on the flyer and it looked like the same vehicle. Right. Did Nick see her face to confirm that it was Kiely without a doubt?
No.
Does Nick feel that the car was in the water the whole 2 weeks? Does he think that it went in at night of the party? Can he confirm it was Kiely in the vehicle? And did he/they really give all the information to Dad, Grandpa, SF that SF has tried to pass off as if it came from the former team?
I don't know what information from our former team got passed on to SF. I have no idea. It wasn't me. I didn't pass on any information, neither did Devon.
Information to
I have no idea to verify exactly what 2 weeks underwater looks like in Prosser Reservoir that particular time of year when the water temperature is 73 degrees, or what it looked like prior to going in. So that's impossible for me to answer. I mean, it looked like it had been under there again for several days.
Yeah. This one's kind of funny. Hi, CC. Good to hear from you. One for you. Why should we trust Nick? One for Nick. What was the text message that was received in the middle of process saying in regard to the fight? Again, we don't know. We weren't there. It wasn't our text message.
Why should we trust Nick? Well, I guess if you want to be, skeptical, that's fine. But again, I don't really have anything to gain by doing this. If I thought it was going to get me some clicks, I would have put it on my own YouTube channel. Again,
See, I feel like that
voluntarily
person meant the other Nick.
answered.
What?
I feel like that person's question was about the other Nick, the tow truck driver. Or,
No, it could have been. It could have been.
Yeah. Because
But
that's
at the
where
same
the trust
time,
issue
Nick, that
comes
is a
in.
good response. I mean, he is saying, what do I have to gain?
Yeah, come on, that's why I give him grace, is the recovering people have passed, I mean, he's going to have dignity about it.
CC, to answer these questions, to help people understand the realities of what we saw that day or during that search. I would like to get the answers too. So if any of this helps, please, I would think that rather than reaching out to just me or some YouTubers to try to get some answers, put the pressure on the local law enforcement in the area to give a statement. Most,
You okay?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Okay. Just check in because you're, with that pain,
Yeah.
making sure you're okay. Safety first.
circumstances that I've researched, when something like this happens and they finally get done with their case, they make a public statement saying what they believe happened. I'm not aware of any of this. So put some pressure on these people to give you guys some answers, and not, just assume that they're hiding something. If they are, they need to get pressure. They need to give some answers. And since they're not, that's why I'm coming forward to give any information, hoping that maybe it'll put some pressure to clarify some things, because we all want to know what happened.
And this is the last question. Was there anything else suspect about the car other than the deceased in the rear hatch with one window totally open and the other half open? Again, I haven't seen the video recently to verify which windows were
windows
open.
were a little suspicious to me, because I heard the night that she went missing, it was raining out. So I thought it was a little weird that windows are down, or one was all the way down, one was halfway down on the opposite side of the vehicle. Again, there's a few things that are still suspicious to me. I've gone through several different trainings since then that I've learned a lot. One is that I'll share with you statistically on some very smart people that have been doing this a long time. Have done some research, and they've found that basically when it comes to people drowning or finding a deceased person in the water, out of all those, about somewhere, I think it was over 90% of those are male. And out of that 90% that are male, the ones that end up being a homicide or foul play is a very small percentage, perhaps maybe 5 to 7%, if I remember right. Well, now out of that total, let's talk about the females. If 90+% of all water deaths are male, that leaves about, say, 7 to 10% female. Out of those, about 2/3 of them end up being a homicide or foul play. So just based on those statistics alone, I feel that there's more to look into when somebody ends up in this situation, that you can't just write it off instantly as, I guess it's an accident, she accidentally drove in.
I have a observation. Is it possible that when her car went into the water, the window was up, but she couldn't open her door because of the pressure of the water on the door? So she tried putting her window down. And then
I
when
thought
she,
of that.
yeah, and then when she put it down is when the water started rushing in.
I don't think so. I think your electrical system is gonna. I mean, I don't know if where they roll down windows or was it electrical or whatever, but.
Well, if you
Um,
think about it though, if the windows were up, it wouldn't have affected the electrical right away.
I don't know. I have a hard time theorizing that way because I don't believe that that's how the car got there. So I don't bother with, you know
Right,
what I mean?
right. Yeah. Whereas with my brain, it's like, I'm not there with you,
Mhm.
but I still love you.
Yeah, sure you do. Well, you're not the breast.
I'm not the breast. I know.
Okay.
And then Crazy says, I see what you're saying, Boo, but if she was drinking, she may have taken it off because you get hot drinking. That's just my thoughts. It's funny you say that because I was going to say that earlier when I said, oh, I'll just keep my mouth shut. But
Well,
yeah,
remember they kept going to her car and stuff like that, and I'm sure they were
Mhm.
smoking, or doing what teenagers do
Right.
at a party, and so she had her windows down, or she had them up, and then she decided she needed to roll them down just to air them out a little bit.
Right. Or even with the back window, if she got in her car, didn't realize it was down. I mean, I do that all the time when I take Pipe, my dog, for a ride.
Yeah, except it was cold, and
Yeah, but even if it's cold, if you have your back window down, down, even partially down, halfway down, I don't know I don't feel it.
okay.
I could be driving down the road and then all of a sudden, oh shit, the back window's down, Put it up quick. And she wasn't going she obviously couldn't have been going too fast where she was
Well,
at.
Please stop yourself right there. And they say that the CHP report says excessive speed. There's no way.
there's no way there can be excessive speed
Yeah, I think that, and that's
unless
all the
she's like
circumstances.
hauling. Yeah, that is bizarre.
And the black box
Or-
broken, they design those things. I can't, but okay, we're almost finished.
Yeah. But no, me too. I remember a time way back when it was really cold outside and I was drunk. I was in the car. I wasn't driving. I was a passenger. But I got really, really hot. It's like I'm taking my jacket off and, trying to cool off. But anyways, they're cool off. You know what I mean?
I think that's you got to be open-minded to all the possibilities when something like this happens.
Again, not to cast any doubt on anyone's situation, just the answers are still out there and we don't have them.
Right. So hopefully that helps clarify some of these. Again, Cece, thank you for everything you've done and are doing. And I know we are working together behind the scenes to continue to do some research on this case. And hopefully someday either somebody will figure something out that'll shed some light on this, or the law enforcement will come forward and give us kind of their interpretation of what they think happened.
For those of you that sent in questions that are continuing to ask questions, thank you. We appreciate it. We appreciate that you guys are still looking and searching for the truth. We may not have new information, but this is as accurate as we can present it to you. But we're going to continue to search. We're going to continue to do our own investigation, and we appreciate that you guys are continuing yours.
Absolutely. And thanks again, CC, for doing this. And thank you everyone for watching. And just hope everybody stays safe out there. And we'll talk to you later.
We'll see you on the next one.
What are they investigating? I thought they were done.
Well, that makes me feel like they really think, something just ain't right still, and maybe work with others behind the scenes. I don't know, I've always tried to tell myself that she has gotten some sort of justice because of all the exposure to a lot of the bad things was, you know what I mean? So in some way or some form.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I don't think it's the end of it. Someday something will.
Oh,
Someone
you got to
will
remember
break.
that didn't, or that was how long ago too with those questions.
For whatever reason, though, I believe it was the family that didn't want to have a press conference, and that's why everything was delivered to us like an email, or not an email, but a posting, or the Sun newspaper. When they should have just went ahead and did a press conference.
Well, I found out some interesting information about Reber. Apparently, Reber has had a few autopsies that were reversed
I only heard of
in
one.
his time.
Sorry, could you hear that?
Mm,
I was playing something.
Yeah, I only heard of one that got reversed or was questionable.
Yeah, I don't know.
was that it? That was the end of it?
That was the end of that.
Oh, that's right. I said amen.
Amen. Okay, it says,
I
well, again, what reading
did.
digging when her family is satisfied with the outcome? Well, not her passing, but the LE final report. I agree with you, Crazy. And I don't, I'm not digging. I think it's just questions, and I was hoping this would answer some of those questions that I had.
It's true
I
because
don't
she
think
was
that they're
beat
okay with
out.
it. I think that they've all had to learn how to adapt to a life to move on, They're obviously fighting
Mm-hmm. Right.
hard. It'll always hold a special place in my heart, for the family.
Oh, no, I know it wasn't crazy. I was just saying I agree with you. Oh, nobody says the family is fully satisfied with it.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
They will probably always have questions.
They will always have questions. And I think they already have some answers. I just think it might.
They have, here's my thing though. They have to, I hope they know that we all aren't bad. And there are a whole hell of a lot of people that would stand right behind them if they ever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are people I care. It's just, I hope they know that.
Not only, not only just behind them. Oh, Art.
What?
I have echo. Do I have an echo now?
I didn't do anything.
I keep muting her. Okay, now it's gone. See, it's you. You make me echo.
You make me wanna shoot, doop, 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 shoot, it. Hey, I
Step
wanna
away from
shoot,
the paint.
baby, shoot.
Step away from the paint.
I'm not. I had to. Seriously, holy! I need a filtration system.
Yeah, you do. But no, I'm going to go back. What I was going to say was, like Art said, there's a lot of people out here that will stand behind them. I think there are a lot of people out here that will stand in front of them as well to shield them from some of that.
Yes.
Crazy says, well, I meant they don't think homicide, in my opinion, or they would be out here getting justice. That I agree with. You would hear them fighting that, or,
I don't know. It's kind of hard to fight against a town when you live in it, too. I mean, you have to eat and breathe and be
I don't know.
there.
If it was my kid, I'd be fighting tooth and nail. I don't give a shit who they are.
Yeah. It's such a hard.
I know.
That's a
You can
hard one.
understand both sides of it, though. You have to move on. You can't.
Now there's no proof of anything. There's nobody drunk. There's nobody high.
I mean, she could feel powerless. I mean, we don't know.
Mrs. Hooker, this case was resolved in 2023. It was the tree people. Stacy says so many strange things that don't add up, and it really bothers people as to why. Search for the truth.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. I always tried to go by facts and get rid of the fluff, and then the autopsy didn't match, and then this didn't match, and it's a lot of circumstantial evidence. But even when you take some of it away, there's still more. Same thing I said the other day.
They had their minds made up pretty early on.
Mm-hmm. Now, right or wrong, Stacy says a lot of people acted weirdly. I even questioned whoever let her go in the first place at 16 and then falls asleep knowing she isn't home yet. Never would I. A lot of people feel that way. Me, I I was Kiely. I was out there partying and my mom trusted me.
Well, and when you're a parent, I mean, we've all come there. We all have older children. You have to, there comes a point in time when you have to trust that we've taught them the necessities they need to be smart and successful in life.
Right.
So there is a period where you have to kind of cut the umbilical cord and give them a chance, you know? And if she was like a lot of the times, like I'll say to myself, like with my granddaughter, I buy her shit all the time. Well, she's a good kid. Like it's not like she's not a good kid. I'm not just rewarding her no matter what she does. I'm rewarding the good behavior, you know? So if I had a daughter who was graduating early and I could trust her,
Had a job.
yeah, you can't. And not to mention that when you're that age, you're like, hey, mom, I'm going to Dana's house. And then you end up at Brian's. And, you know, I mean.
Yep. My boob says, as long as people search for truth respectfully, this family and her real friends went through more than any of the internet will probably ever know.
I can.
Absolutely.
Terrible.
Oh no, you're right, Stacy. It is young to be going out and partying.
She was a couple weeks away from her 17th birthday.
Right.
You know, 17. She was going to be 17 in a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
She had graduated high school.
You know, but once again, you know, it's a graduation party. Who doesn't go? You know, you're going to go to a graduation party. You've got the kids that do drink and partied up and the kids that don't. And then the ones that, well, maybe I'll have a sip. So, well, good live again, ladies.
Yeah,
Gentlemen.
thanks for doing this, Kursuma.
Absolutely.
So we're going to do AWP next time?
We can take a look at theirs, yeah. Okay, Mrs. Hooker, if my parents had known what I got up to at that age, they'd never have let me out of the house. Some kids go to be DDs too. Yes, they do. You're right.
Scuba divers with cranes. Oh my God.
Yeah, Mr. Hooker. And heart-shaped glasses. So, well, again, thank you, everybody. It was a good live. We're just over 2 hours here. I was serving in the military at 16. There you go.
Dang, Mr. Hat, I was 20.
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks for coming in, Stacy. Appreciate it. Yeah, I need to get up and start moving around. Plus, my dog, her eyeballs are starting to float. She needs to go out. So,
well, again, thank you for doing this.
Absolutely.
And where's Miss Art?
Yeah, you need to. What song you're gonna send? Are you gonna send us out in song?
I don't even have a song in my head.
You're supposed to have a song.
If you want it, here it is. Come and get it.
Did it? Okay. Yeah,
I can't.
Too much pain. Too much pain.
I'm gonna have to write Chiron and tell them that they need to put a warning label on their spray paint. Okay.
Okay. Well, everybody have a good night, day, afternoon, whatever it is where you're at.
Yes, I enjoy seeing everybody. We'll get it together. I belong in chat.
Stay safe. Much love. Thanks, Stacy.
I belong in chat.
I belong in chat.
Hey,
you guys are good.
You want to fight for it? Let's go.
I'm gonna put you both in the. I'm gonna put you both in the corner.
Yeah, put us in timeout.
Okay.
Dun,
all right, bye guys.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Bye, crazy. Bye, Boop. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Have a good night.